Okay, first step is to sew these two sides together along this line right here. Okay, so I sewed this line, and now I'm going to open it up and I'm going to top stitch this. Actually, I'm sorry. Blip, blip, blip. I'm going to top stitch the center line. Okay, so now it's top stitched. And you're going to repeat that for the next side. So my next side is going to be this black material. That's going to be the liner. Okay. For the liner, though, you're going to have to cut about 1 inch off this edge. So right about there. Okay. And repeat what you did with the other one. Okay, and you're going to open it up and do that top stitch again, just like you did the other one. So here's top stitch. Then you're going to flip it over and you're going to fold about 1/2 inch and then fold again, and then you're going to sew this line so it's on the, here's the this is the inside of it. Okay. All right, so this is what it should look like, and you're going to repeat to that side. The inside mask and the outside mask, and you're going to line up the, you're going to line the good sides, you're going to face them together. So this is the good side, that's the good side, you're going to face them together like that, okay? And you are going to put in between them the little slip color. You're gonna put this here, and you're gonna pin them together. And I fold this in half. I fold it in half. All right, I'm doing this one-handed to kind of find the center point. So here's my center point, and then I line it up with my line, okay, like this. And I'm gonna put the liner on the inside of it as well. And I'll show you once I pin it all together. So the middle's pinned, and now I'm gonna pin along this edge and then along that edge to make them all together. And this nose piece is opened. This is the open side of it along the edge. Now, that nose piece is pinned in between. You know, if they're inside out, both correct, facing each other. And now we're gonna sew, and if you want to, you can pin the rest of that together, or I'm just gonna line it up. And you're gonna start here, and you're gonna sew across that line to here, okay? Make sure you always back stitch whenever you start. So you're gonna sew all the way down to here. Okay, so the top is all sewn. You can see if I open this, see it has that tab in there, right here. Here's your little tab, okay? Now your next step is to sew the bottoms together. So you're gonna sew this bottom, line up your seam with the other seam and pin it, right? You're gonna sew along that bottom line. That's done. Now you're gonna turn it inside out, so it's, or right side. So go ahead and pull that out. Okay, I turn it the right side, and so that's what it should look like. You should have edges that are kind of folded like that. This guy is sticking up. Now we're gonna do a top stitch along this seam. We're gonna start all the way up here. We're gonna kind of fold that where it naturally folds. And then we're gonna sew it all the way right on the edge there, all the way to this side. When you're coming around here, make sure that it's stretched so it goes right on the edge of it. To the middle part, you're gonna have to pull it because it's a big bump, and like help it along. At least with my machine I have to. That's what the top stitch should look like. Okay, and then you're gonna top stitch now the bottom part. I'm constantly flattening this out to make sure it's right on the edge. You're also going to help it along again when it gets to the middle. and the bottom have been top stitched. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to pull this little tabby down, and you're going to pin it. You're going to pin this down. I'll show you. I'm going to pin it. Make sure you can kind of flip it over. It doesn't have to be right on the top stitch line, but I'm going to flip it over and pin this nose strip. Now my nose piece has been pinned. And you can see this side. Just look a couple times. This would get bunched up when I'd sew it, and I'd have to undo that stitch. So just make sure that there's no bunching on the front of it. And then we're going to take the sewing machine and we're going to sew through and do this line right here. So when I sew it, I find that if I straighten this out as I sew it, it makes it easier to get the curve without bunching. Okay, so now we're going to take this and you're going to fold it about 1/4 of an inch, and then you're going to bring it into another fold and you're going to pin it. So pin it and show you. You're going to pin this side same way. You're going to take about 1/4 of an inch and then fold all the way over and pin it. All right. I didn't pin this because I'm about to put it in the sewing machine. So now we're going to sew right on the edge of this to make a sleeve for your, I'm going to use this bias tape for my tie. So that's done. The mask is basically done. You just now need to do your thread your things through this, your string through that. I just make sure, there we go. Try to make sure that it's folded. Sorry, I have blue coat on my fingers. That it's folded on the end like this so that it's a clean, no frays will come out when you sew. I'm just gonna, this is just bias tape. You could do your own fabric too. I'm just gonna sew all the way down. So it's that's the folded line. Here's the two ends. I'm gonna do that.